Paycor Stadium, home to the Cincinnati Bengals and a key piece of the city's sports and entertainment scene. But behind the scenes, things are far from a touchdown. What was supposed to be a $1.25 billion renovation project is now hanging in the balance. And the real story, it's not the plans or the proposals, it's the emails. These aren't your typical back and forths. No, these emails are loaded with accusations that could unravel the entire renovation and even the Bengals' future in Cincinnati. Accusations of broken promises, missed payments, and shady deals. Things could get messy. So what's really going on between the Bengals and Hamilton County? And why could these leaked emails end up toppling the whole project? Well, let's discuss it in today's episode of Built Up. Paycor Stadium is getting a massive $1.25 billion facelift, and it's been a long time coming. First off, the stadium opened in 2000, and while it was great back then, it's now one of the oldest stadiums in the NFL. Compared to newer venues with high-tech features, luxury seating, and massive entertainment spaces, Paycor is starting to show its age. The Bengals' lease with Hamilton County is also set to expire in 2026, so the team and the county had to figure out a plan: either build a brand new stadium, which would cost around $2.5 billion, or renovate the existing one for about half the price. Obviously, the cheaper option won out. But why renovate in the first place? Well, for starters, fans expect more. Newer stadiums offer bigger concourses, better seats, massive scoreboards, and premium lounges, things that Paycor is currently lacking. The renovations will add all of that, plus new club areas and better pedestrian flow around the stadium. There's also a push to build a permanent indoor practice facility for the team, which is a big deal. On top of that, this is a money move. Upgraded stadiums bring in more revenue through premium seating, sponsorships, and events. Keeping the Bengals in Cincinnati long term is also a major factor. If the stadium stays outdated, there's always the risk of the team looking elsewhere in the future. So, in short, the stadium needed to smash that like button, just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, the stadium needed an upgrade. A new one was too expensive, and this renovation is a way to keep the Bengals competitive while giving the fans a better experience. Now, we just wait to see how it all plays out. In May 2024, the team announced a private investment of approximately $100 to $120 million for various enhancements, including updated video and audio systems, renovation to suites and club lounges, concession upgrades, and beautification projects. These improvements are part of a broader plan extending through 2026. Additionally, Hamilton County officials unveiled a comprehensive $1.25 billion renovation proposal in September 2024, aiming to modernize the stadium further. This proposal includes reimagined North End Zone sections, expanded premium seating, a larger surrounding plaza, and the construction of an indoor practice facility. However, as of now, this larger scale renovation plan is still under consideration, with discussions ongoing regarding funding and implementation timelines. Therefore, while initial upgrades have begun and are expected to continue through 2026, the more extensive $1.25 billion renovation is still in the proposal stage, with no definitive start or completion dates established. So, if everything goes according to plan, the stadium is expected to come with a ton of new features. Now, one of the biggest changes is happening in the North End Zone. They're adding new club seating, premium lounges, and a massive patio area with an oversized scoreboard. Basically, it's going to be a prime spot for fans to watch the game in style. And outside the stadium, they're expanding the plaza and concourse, making it way easier to move around with massive screens so you can still catch the action even if you step out for a break. Another huge addition is the Bengals' new permanent indoor practice facility. Right now, the team doesn't have a dedicated indoor space, so this will be a game changer for them. Plus, there's a plan to build a new team headquarters, which will keep everything centralized and up to modern standards. And let's talk about the big picture stuff. Merring Way, the road by the stadium, is getting relocated closer to the river. Why? Because it'll free up a ton of space for more green areas, tailgating spots, and event spaces, making the whole riverfront feel more connected and fan-friendly. On top of all that, they're upgrading the basic stadium infrastructure, so everything from seating to concessions will be modernized. The whole idea is to bring Paycor Stadium in line with newer, flashier NFL venues while making sure the Bengals stay in Cincinnati for the long haul. Fans get a better experience, the team gets better facilities, and the city gets a more vibrant stadium district. It's a win for everyone. And while all of this sounds pretty amazing on the outside, the core of this project is rotten, and fans are starting to notice. Funding this $1.25 billion Paycor Stadium renovation is where things get tricky. The big question is, who's going to pay for it? And as you might guess, that's where the drama starts. Hamilton County technically owns the stadium, and under the current lease agreement, the county covers 95% of stadium-related costs. That's already a sore spot because by 2026, taxpayers will have to put in around $1.1 billion for the stadium. So naturally, people aren't thrilled about the idea of shelling out even more money. County officials are pushing for a more balanced deal this time. They want the Bengals, the NFL, and the state of Ohio to contribute a lot more. There's even a push for the NFL to kick in at least $100 million toward the renovation. But the Bengals and the county haven't exactly been best friends lately. The team accused the county of not reimbursing stadium expenses fast enough, while the county fired back, saying the Bengals sold the stadium's naming rights to Paycor without their approval, something that was supposed to be part of their agreement. So yeah, tensions are high. Meanwhile, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has thrown out an idea to help cover some of the costs, doubling the state's sports betting tax from 20% to 40%. The idea is that this would bring in extra money for stadium projects without directly raising taxes on regular folks. But whether that actually happens is still up in the air. Nobody wants to foot the entire bill. Taxpayers don't want to get stuck paying for it again. The Bengals are looking out for their own interests, and the county is trying to make sure they don't get the short end of the stick. Until they figure out a deal that makes everyone at least somewhat happy, the renovation plans are kind of stuck in limbo. But things got worse when a mountain of juicy emails between the county and the Bengals got leaked in 2024. Things have got pretty tense between the Bengals and Hamilton County lately, especially when it comes to the stadium renovations. The drama started in July 2024 when Troy Blackburn, the Bengals VP, accused the county of not sticking to the lease agreement. The issue was delayed reimbursement, about $15 million that the county owed for stadium-related expenses. Blackburn wasn't having any of it and made it clear that unless the county stepped up and sorted it out, the Bengals would put a stop to any further discussions about the renovations. He even said that they'd unwind the whole renovation plan. That's pretty major when you're talking about a $1.25 billion project. The county, of course, didn't take kindly to that. Jeff Aluto, the county administrator, fired back, saying that they hadn't broken the lease. Instead, he pointed the finger at the Bengals, accusing them of breaching the agreement by selling the naming rights to Paycor without the county's approval. The lease clearly says the county has to sign off on those kinds of deals, and since the Bengals didn't do that, it just added fuel to the fire. Now, all of this has some serious implications for the Bengals' future in Cincinnati. The lease is set to expire in 2026, so both sides are running out of time to figure this out. And it's not just about the money, there's some legal stuff going on too, with both sides accusing each other of not following the rules. The Bengals want more financial backing from the county, state, and the NFL for the renovations, but the county is trying to protect taxpayers from having to foot most of the bill. The situation is pretty sticky, but both the Bengals and the county have said they're still willing to keep negotiating. However, with all the accusations flying around and tensions high, it's clear that reaching an agreement isn't going to be easy. It's kind of up in the air whether the renovations will actually happen or if the Bengals will even stay in Cincinnati long term. Now, here's another video mega project enthusiasts enjoyed watching. Bye for now.